Hey, Professor. My name is Hamza Malick.
My name is Inhee, and this is our final C project calendar.
So one of our .c files is calendar.c, and at the top we have our libraries, and then we have our declarations. And then the first part of this code is our invalid month check, which essentially just makes sure that whatever the user inputs for the month is between the values of 0 and 12 inclusive. And in the event that it's not, through the use of an if-else function, we have the code output invalid input and ask the user to input another month value. We have a very similar concept for our day check, with the only major difference being instead of 1 and 12 inclusive, it's 1 and 31 inclusive. And it'll also print invalid input if the value is outside of that range, and then ask the user to input a day that is valid. The next part of this file is our recall event code, which asks the user to input the number of the month and then the day of the event, and the code will output the event that the user had previously stored in the code. And then after this, we have our input event code, which through the use of do while loops gets values from the user on the value, the number of the month, and then the day. And also with the bottom section, enables the user to input events that have a space in them. For example, like Merry Christmas or Happy Halloween or Happy Birthday, without causing the code to fail as a result of a space being in a string, because it ends up storing it as a single string.
All right, so that was our calendar.c file, and we have a header file, calendar.h, which has our two functions, recall event and input event. And in our main.c file, we have the main function with the libraries and calendar.h. So in our main function, we ask the user to input one of three numbers, 1, 2, or 3, to enter event, recall event, or end the program. So the program scans whatever the user inputs, and if that input is 1, the input event function gets activated, and the user can then input an event. And if the input is 2, then recall event function gets activated, and the user can recall event on any day. And if an invalid number is printed, then the system prints invalid input. And to show you how the code looks like, so we have this. So okay, so and then then we can recall that. So that's just the gist of our event. And we can also try to put an invalid month, like 13. Then I'll see invalid input. And same for the day, we put like 40 and it won't work. Then if you try to recall an event that doesn't exist, then it won't work. So event not found.
Yeah, and typing 3 will end the program.
Yep.
All right. Thank you so much, Professor.
Thank you.
And this is our code.